Hello everyone, Storm11 here. Today we'll be talking about a pretty big day for weather across parts of the mid-Atlantic Northeast here, where we can see some significant flash flooding and also some severe weather as well. Could be some several tornadoes out there as well. So we're going to get started with the current hazards outlook here. We do have a large flash flood watch area. For the last video here, we did have flash flood watches back across parts of the lower Ohio Valley and Tennessee valleys. That's all been canceled. So that's some good news here. So the flash flood threat over there is over with, but the flash flood threat does continue across parts of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, especially areas that are in this dark red here. That's where we actually have flash flood warnings in effect across those areas there. So that includes southwestern Pennsylvania, northeast central West Virginia, even for a couple counties in far western Maryland as well, where they are dealing with some flash flooding problems. Don't be surprised to see a lot more flash flood warnings further to the northeast here as this big wave of moderate to heavy rain continues over some of these areas as well. Here's the excessive rainfall outlook. We have a rare high risk for flooding. This is a 4 out of 5 on the scale here. So this includes southeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, southern New York, and most of Connecticut as well, even including a small area of Rhode Island, even for a very small area in northeastern West Virginia. It's not going to take a whole lot of rain to have flooding problems. These areas have already been very saturated by Henri about a week or two ago, and this is in a mountainous terrain. So then again, it's not going to take a whole lot of rain to get flooding problems in these areas in here, especially in the mountainous terrain. The weather predictor did mention here this could be once a 100-year rainfall event for these areas, and that's something pretty rare. That's like once in a century um, rainfall event, pretty much, and that's a pretty rare occurrence here across these areas in here. So definitely some pretty bad news for parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, even to parts of Rhode Island. Even in the areas in a moderate risk area here, also has a decent probability of seeing some flash flooding as well, which includes a pretty large population of people in those areas as well. Let's check out of how much rainfall the weather predictor is currently predicting here over the next 7 days here. Shows a lot of rain coming. You got a widespread 4 to 7 inch zone here, and there could be some isolated higher spots out there as well. So there could be some places that may get 7 or 8 inches of rain in some of those areas as well. So this is definitely going to be a pretty bad situation for those areas up there as well. Flash flooding won't be the only thing to watch up there. We also have a risk for severe weather. We actually got an enhanced risk for severe weather that is for across parts of Maryland, Delaware, and New Jersey, even for far southeastern Pennsylvania as well. This includes 15.5 or zero point 0.8 million people. So this includes places like Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Arlington, Virginia, as well. So this is for a large population here in a pretty small area in here. And the main threat will be tornadoes. There will be some tornadoes out there, unfortunately, later today across those areas. Damage and winds will also be possible, but we're not really expecting any hail. But there is going to be plenty of instability to work with. 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE. There's also going to be quite a bit of wind shear to work with, so it won't take a whole lot to get supercells going across those areas as well. So we'll check out the HER model right here. And this is 19Z Wednesday, so this is kind of getting to the mid to late afternoon hours. And here's your low pressure system getting ready to enter parts of northern Virginia. And on the southeast side of this, or the eastern side of the system, we got some supercells here. And you also do see the swath of moderate to, at times, heavy rain across eastern Pennsylvania and parts of New York. And you're going to see that move into parts of Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island as well. This is now going to the evening hours, and you actually do have a little bit of a squall line of storms here. That can lead to some damage winds, but there can also be some QLCS tornadoes along that line as well, so we need to pay attention to that as well. Meanwhile, not too far to the north, we got a round of heavy rain across southeastern Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey. That may continue to move on to the northeast as well. There's a piece of energy up at Canada, and that's going to enhance that rainfall a little some across the northern part of the low pressure system, on the northern side, I should say, of the low pressure system. That can enhance some of that rainfall as well. Severe weather potential may go as far south as across parts of eastern North Carolina as well. So we may need to watch for those areas down there as well. But check out all that heavy rain out there as well. And that's the remains of Ida as well. Check out to see how much rainfall the her is showing here. It may be a little bit too high in some spots, but you do see here, this doesn't go for it completely. It doesn't really go through most of the event here, but you do see a large swath of 4 to 6 inches of rain, with some isolated spots seeing 6 or 7 or possibly 8 inches of rain as well. So a lot of rain is going to be coming across those areas there over the next couple of days here. Let's go back to 12Z and kind of go through the entire event here. We will not leave out Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island on this. You do see here, look across Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, a widespread 4 to 8 inches of rain. It does have some places showing up to 7 inches of rain. So a lot of rain is going to be coming across those regions there. So if anybody lives in eastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, far southern New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, please pay attention to that flash flooding threat, and please have a plan if you do get under a flash flood warning. If you're in a flood-prone area, if you get under a flash flood warning, get out of there, because those waters will rise fairly quickly as well. So some of these places can see several inches of rain. Those creeks and streams can rise up fairly quickly as well. And especially for some of those saturated grounds, some of this water will probably just slip off the ground here, because the grass and stuff, they don't need any more water. So some of that rain there is probably just going to slip off the ground as well, and that can easily create some flooding problems across those regions as well. And we'll kind of be a little bit more specific here with the severe weather. Let's check out the surface-based cape here. And there won't be a whole lot of instability here out there. At least 1,000 plus will be favorable for some severe weather potential. You do see here from the HER model, areas in the blue there in the yellows, that'd be favorable for some severe weather. But the greater instability would be areas in the red and orange colors. That's where we have that better potential for instability. It's where instability actually be at its greatest. So let's get a couple soundings out there, and you do see here it's a little better than yesterday here, and there's actually some wind direction of height here. That's what we're kind of lacking on a little bit, some of the wind direction of height. There's a lot of oriented velocity out there as well, so that'd be favorable for some tornadoes. Photograph a little bit on the smaller side, but it could still be favorable for some isolated tornadoes. Decent amount of instability out there as well. So this could lead to some isolated tornadoes, and even for the chance for some strong winds as well. We'll go a little further south with this, and the wind direction of high is not as great, but there's still enough wind shear to get some isolated tornadoes going as well. And of course, as we go further south, the wind shear does decrease, but that damage to wind threat will still stick around here, where you do have some of that stronger low outbreaks that could lead to some stronger winds out there as well. And there's also a little bit more instability to work with as well. So really a decent severe weather setup for areas across parts of Maryland, Delaware, southern New Jersey, and southeastern Pennsylvania will probably be the areas I will monitor here for severe weather, even for areas in Northern Virginia as well. We'll have a very short tropics update here. There's not been much in the way of changes. This disturbance here has been upgraded to a 30% chance of development in the next 48 hours of 5 days. Currently has no threat to the United States for right now. But probably the biggest update right now is Tropical Storm Larry. This thing is developing very quickly here. This will continue to rapidly intensify, and probably to a hurricane by tomorrow, and then by Friday could be a major hurricane. It's got winds of 50 miles per hour with a pressure of 1,001 millibars. Remember, yesterday it was just a tropical wave, not even named it a tropical depression yet, and we already have a tropical storm out here. And you do see here, currently has no threat to land. It'd be mostly a fish storm, but man, it could be a big time storm though. Could be a major hurricane by 11 p.m. on Friday. So, yeah, this could be a significant system out there, but right now, no threat to land right now, which is good news here because this could become a major system here out in the open waters. But it should be interesting to watch the system, how it's going to go as well over the next couple of days. But anyways, guys, this is all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you really like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications and never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, put in the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.